So, as the title of the video says, I'll be showing how to look or feel like you're playing a Space Marine in Helldivers 2. I've been getting into a lot of Warhammer, so I've been experimenting to see what cosmetic combinations and weapon combinations can most help you feel like you're a Space Marine. So, there have been a lot of attempts. The problem is the best way to look like one was locked behind the pre-order, which is the Ambassador of the Brand armor set. Now, it is a basic Helldivers armor set, particularly the tactical ones, which just give extra padding. It's just a recolor of the basic tactical ones. So, you're pretty much out of luck for playing the Boys in Blue, otherwise known as the Ultramarines, but you can easily look like a Apothecary, or even one of the other chapters. Now, some of the ones I have that are locked behind the pre-order is the Knight set, the Ambassador of the Brand, and the Cavalier of Democracy, which those three are just recolors of different armor sets. This is the tactical. The Cavalier is just the hero of the Federation, and this one, the Knight, is just a recolor of, I believe, either the Marksman or Battle Master, which I believe it's just the Battle Master. I mean, because of the helmet. I'm just covering these topics first, just so we get that out of the way. Capes can be difficult. You can pick really any cape that suits the main colors of the armor. So with the, if you have the Ambassador of the Brand armor, I would either use the Foe Smasher, the Unblemished Allegiance, or possibly even the Tyrant Hunter. Now, I'm gonna be using this one as my basic ones, but if you don't have this armor, you could use the Trench Engineer as like a Blood Angels, even though it's orange. You could use the Servo Assisted as like Iron Hands, or even the Iron Warriors, Apothecary. You could play as a Custodes with the Cavalier or Hero of Federation. You could use the Enforcer as we call the White Scars. It barely fits the White Scars, but it can be very simple depending on which one you pick, but in some cases it might be extremely difficult to play or cosplay as the one you want to play as. So if you want to play as a different what you call like rank in that faction or that chapter, you could do something like the Enforcer or even the Bone Snapper helmet on the faction to simplify having a white helmet. If I can remember what they signify the colors. If you want to play a Scout, you could use the Trailblazer, or a range, or like a Eliminator squad, you could use the Trailblazer, or even the Steel Trooper. There's no real like red helmet, so kinda out of luck unless you use the Trench Engineer. Another thing I've seen some people try to do is the Ashker Melton. If it's in the shop, which I don't think it is. Isn't. You could use the one that makes you look like a, I believe, World War I type of helmet, infantry helmet. Very good to look like a Krieg unit. Of course, then we go into weaponry. I currently have one that I consider the best, but first we'll go into grenades. Grenades don't get too complicated. You want to use a crack grenade, you can use impact. You want to use something like a basic grenade, you can use any of these. Doesn't really matter. only matters gameplay wise and how fun it is. Secondaries, none of them really stand out for like bolt pistols or anything like that. You can choose any of them, doesn't really matter. Though, primaries is the big thing. First, we'll go into bolt guns. If you want to do a bolt gun, I would highly recommend the Dominator or the Liberator Concussive, because they give that kind of explosive feel that the bolt gun has. If you want to go for more of like a stubber, I'd recommend the Liberator, the Penetrator, or even one of the submachine guns. I know for Ashkamal Tarum, sorry if the music is overwhelming my mic, but if you want to go for stratagems, you could use the machine guns, anti-material rifle for any of those sub-factions, like anti-material rifle for the Eliminators, or even the Vindicare Assassin, if you want to look like one. You have missile launchers and a flamer. I'm going to be using the Warhammer names that they just use for simplicity. You can also use railgun if you want to look like a Eliminator. Spear, of course, for that rocket launcher, or heavy rocket launcher, if I remember. And then there's stuff like the jump pack, because of course, a bunch of units for Space Marines and other factions use a jump pack. Oh, and then you have the H&B emplacement for the Fire Strike Servo turrets, I remember, if that's the names. You also have grenade launchers for the grenade launcher that they also have your supply packs. You have laser cannons for, or you can use the Quasar cannon for the las cannons. Arc thrower for combi weapons, if you want to try hard enough to think of it as that. Shield generator pack for the shields that I believe some faction, or some units, I mean not factions, can equip. And then the exosuit for like the Redemptor Dreadnought and all those other Dreadnoughts until the other exosuits release. Or if there's some other weapons I don't have yet that you can also use. There's the Slugger for more of a shotgun feel if you're playing like a Vigilant squad with the Acolyte shotguns. And then there's the Scorcher if you want more of a combi weapon feel. And then there's the Spray and Pray, which I don't know how it would work out, but you could still probably use it. It depends on if you want to play like a Space Marine or if you want to look like a Space Marine. Now, I want to mainly look like one, so I would use the ambassador of the brand. Almost sadly, I never see anyone using these armor sets. Probably because of how the game is going to be advertised as live service, and then people were scared to pre-order the game. I personally like how they offered mainly cosmetics, because these are just recolors of armors you can get. Exactly the same, and exactly the same. I believe the... Let me check. Yeah, there's something else that they probably haven't released yet, but pretty much is a recolor of the Battlemaster with a separate shoulder. They just haven't released the original coloring, I don't think, of this one. If we go into the cutting edge, these could all be considered oh, you could use this one as a las gun. Very cool. It really has a las gun feel from what I've seen. Plasma could be also another combi weapon look. And then this one is just weird. I don't know how you would incorporate it, but it would probably still look really good. Pistol is for me. I don't really ever try. I never bought this pass because I don't like laser weapons. I was really happy that they added the
your mission.
the shield from the first game. Because then it also meant that if you were playing as a like, if you ever played Kill Team, you know some of the Kill Team units can carry a shield that can guard other units. I've never played Kill Team, I'm just recalling from memory, but I know that they have shields and that they can use it. If I can find it. The ballistic shield. And it just looks really good. Though it's only really useful for the bots. Now, I'll show you the best weapon to be a basic Space Marine is the Dominator.
The Galactic War, a battleground awaiting your heroic intervention.
I'll go into a basic game to show you what I mean by that.
The bugs swarm across this planet. Choose where to make your stand.
Look, just looking for one that would probably look decent.
Initiating FTL jump to the Fori system. Jump complete. Mission coordinates locked.
Sorry about the mouse clicking, I still haven't figured out a way to get rid of it. I'd recommend the Stalwart rather than the other two machine guns, mainly because you can choose for it to be high or fast shooting and don't have to stay still to reload, just for simplicity.
Launch initiated.
Okay.
Let them brawl.
Oh, there's
Let
the
them
lag.
face the insurmountable might of the Helldivers.
Oh, that's pretty lucky.
Something
anyway.
here.
So, if I can find the bug to shoot. Two super credits. Anyway, if I can find the bug somewhere, somehow. But essentially, there's a slight delay with this weapon. But if you hold down reload, which some people don't know, you can change it to burst. So you can keep tapping, it's full auto. Now will a bug come and say hi? There's one. And if you just press down once, it's not a forced burst.
Fire in the hole!
Now normally with this weapon you want to swap to your secondary. Wow, I keep missing. You want to swap to your secondary because of how close they are. Because normally you have such little ammo, you're going to waste a lot of ammo killing these unarmored little
Throwing
dudes.
grenade! Have a taste of democracy!
How did he survive that? A hedge. They start zigzagging, but if they notice that you're aiming at them, that's something I've
I
noticed.
found something.
This gun, yeah, it doesn't have forced ball auto, If you just press down once, it just shoots normally. Well, if you hold down, it does the burst. Ow. I rarely ever used ballistic shield, so I still haven't memorized it.
Deploying support weapon.
You can either, I recommend third person rather than first person, because unless you have a laser sight, you're going to be missing a lot of your shots. Though a good way if you're, I recommend the revolver with it, but if you don't have a laser sight on your secondary, you can just kinda guess the middle of your screen, even though the fall off can kinda mess you up. By the way, another thing with the bot, if a bot is shooting your back, even though the shield is on your back, similar to if you play Rainbow Six, even though the back is on your the shield is on your back, it still protects you. Now you can make this shoot very fast, shoot more like a stubber, or like one of those cool ballados you hear or you see in those videos. I really hope I can find the break action, though it's noticeable that it only spawns in lower level ones like trivial, or not trivial, but it doesn't seem to spawn as much in the heavy, in the more difficult game modes. This gun can pretty much one-shot a lot of bugs. It's not so good against robots because it does, I believe the explosion damage does more damage against what's called squishy body parts, which if you look at the bile spewers and the nerve spewers, the back of them counts. The back of them counts as what you call squishy parts, or parts that are less. They take less damage from physical attacks like bullets and or less damage from basic attack hits like penetration of bullets, and they take more damage from explosives. If you don't have a good pistol, then just get an SMG. I'll show off the Corsair. People watching this have never used it, but it does remind me of a las cannon quite a bit. I'm not saying it is, because I know some people will, in the comments might say you're just calling everything Warhammer related, or saying that they copied Warhammer, which I'm not. I'm saying that they have some similarities that makes it kinda cool. Oh, that's a charger. Okay. Die. It died. Anyway. Oh, that's not good. Let me just get out of here. Or we have to clear the place to get that extra currency. Even though it's trivial, you can still get quite a bit of requisition. So let me just walk my way around them. The shield can protect you, but it's like kinda mediocre against bugs. Can I? No. No. Never mind, I guess. Oh, here they come. Anyway, I'm gonna just make my way over. I just wanted to showcase some of the weapons, of course. I still have not figured out what the auto and that does. I recommend keeping the Dominator on burst, just simply because you can choose for it to be burst or you can choose for it to be single fire. Because, as I've said, some games force you to always burst on a single click, which it can be quite annoying if that gun doesn't have semi-fire. So I keep misclicking the same thing. Muscle memory and all that. Oh, hey there. One shot. Oh, time to go. It just one shot. It can be really good. You just have to. There's a time and place for it. The Dominator.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
I normally take the supply pack in like a SMG. I almost never take the Quasar because everyone uses the Quasar. It sounds like I'm saying. I don't know why it sounds so French. Also, what hit me? Nothing? Okay. It sounds like I'm speaking French, which I don't pronounce French words well.
T-minus 1 minute.
Because I don't speak French that well. I'll learn some French, but I don't pronounce it that well. Yeah, 3 not supply packs, the drop pods in a game is pretty good, especially on Trivial.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
I could if I wanted to go get that, but it's not really worth it. I'm just showing you guys how to play like a Space Marine. It would be really cool if we got some, I guess, unique melee weapons, but this game focuses more on its gunplay and co-op. Oh, it's bugging out. It's hitting the emplacement multiple times. Your melee attacks don't break it, by the way. I don't think so, by the way. That's something I've noticed. That either takes forever to break, or it just doesn't break from melee.
Complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent. Liberty has seen you through.
Yeah. It can be very easy to look like and play like a Space Marine, or it could be extremely difficult if you just don't have some of the armors, especially the the pre-order, or the armor that appears in the shop or rotates. It can be somewhat difficult to get those. But I'd say play like how you want to play. Don't force yourself to play like what you're trying to cosplay or look like. I only do this because I absolutely love to play using the Dominator, just simply because of its explosive effect. It's the only gun that has the explosive effect. They got rid of the Liberator having the explosive effect because it never did explosive damage. It always just stunned enemies.
Welcome back.
Which the
permanence
Dominator
in the
I don't
field
think
will soon
stuns.
fuel the war effort.
So they changed it to concussive because it's just so different from the Dominator. Almost every game I play has the Incendiary. It is decent against bugs, but when I see people pulling up with it against the robots, I'm like, why are you using it? It does no bots really, or they take reduced burning damage because they don't have flesh, or they don't have the squishy parts that we call the bugs have. They have those little exposed batteries that they have, and I've noticed that stuff like concussive or the armor penetrating goes really good against them, but when you try to use Incendiary against it, it just doesn't work out. You will just get sniped by the I don't remember the name of it, but one of the tanks both tanks actually can snipe you. It's just the one with the turret instead of the actual rocket propulsion on the turret just does a lot more. So that's pretty much it. I'm just covering some stuff I might have not talked about. You of course use any type of orbital or eagle you want to. Currently I am right now just unlocking every stratagem at the moment, which is why I just have some stratagems I just don't have because they're currently much more expensive to get. Like the ones that cost 10k, I just don't have them because I'm buying the cheaper ones first. Only exception to that was the exosuit because how unique the deployments are, or the support weapons and backpacks. I just got all of them first because of how they can sway a battle as much as they can provide. Annoying thing is, if you see someone having a supply pack, run over to them. 60 to 90% of the time, they will give you something. Cause I'm not sure if a normal player can get something out without asking the player first. Similar to the I lost it. But similar to other backpacks, if they provide a support effect, you have to ask, or they have to give it to you rather than you running up on them and you getting it from them. Because what I have to do almost like half the time, if I'm wearing support pack, I have to run over to where my teammate is if they run out of stems and then give them the supply pack rather than them, like, especially if they're in an exposed position, instead of them like seeking cover to where my cover might be, they have to run all the way over to where, or I have to run all the way where they are and then give them, and then I have to run all the way back to where I was, especially if I'm on a HMG emplacement, the turret. I have to leave the turret and then give them it and then go back on my turret, and by the time that happens, my turret might have already been destroyed by robots or a bug or charger, because the little tiny bugs and hunters can't destroy it with their melee. Only the bigger bugs can destroy it, from what I've seen. Currently, I wouldn't recommend using the Tesla Tower. As far as I can tell, it is bugged. It says, to avoid friendly fire from it, you have to remain prone. I've remained prone near it. It still kills you. As long as a bug is nearby, or as a teammate's nearby, it will shock that thing first, and then even if you're prone, it will shock you. I've noticed as well, even if you're prone and no one's nearby, it will still try and shock you. But sometimes it will work and not shock you. But it is an insta-kill. sadly, unlike the other ones. It's similar to minefields. I really like the minefields, but do not place them where you have to go. Place it in areas that your team will never have to go. Or places where only bugs will spawn or robots will drop. I've noticed as well that the minefields, in particular the incendiary mines, do not work well against robots for reasons I've said before, where the robots have smaller legs, so it means they can more easily evade them, even though they're just walking. I've noticed some other things I picked up on is that the normal minefield works really well against the berserkers, because the berserkers will not evade the mines, they'll just run straight through them and die. Berserkers are also the only thing I've noticed that die from incendiary status effects faster than the normal bots, because they have more exposed parts, like their red chest piece or lower torso, and their glowing like eye looking thing on their head that helps you kill them faster. But they're still very tanky. It's pretty much it. I'm just covering some strategies. But good luck out there. The game is very fun. It can be very addicting to play. I kind of play this game every like 3 to 4 times a week, depending on if I feel like it. But it's very fun. It's a very good game. For a live service game, it is outstanding. Being able to earn so much super credits in like only a month, you can get up to 1,000 from playing casually. Like I said, I play rarely, which is why even though I've been playing, I see some people who have already reached like level 100, and I'm still level 33 because like I said, I don't play the game often enough. Though, the annoying thing is that there are some people who will kick you based off of your level. Do not kick people based off the level, because the level oftentimes does not equate to their skill. As long as they're, I'd say, above level 25, do not kick them based off their level if they're trying to join.
Democracy calls for aid.
If they're trying to join a Helldive, which is the hardest difficulty. If they're above level 25, I'd say just keep them, because they have access to everything so far. When the next few vehicles release, like the I'm trying to remember a few, like the Recon, the tank, or even the exosuit with the auto cannons on its arms, then it might raise the level requirements. But I'd say if they're able to get to the Helldive difficulty, do not kick them. If they have access to everything in the game, do not kick them. That's the thing. Because I've seen some people only want people who are level 50. Why do you want people who are only 50? Level 50? I do not know. It is infuriating to just be kicked based off of my level. Especially when you get kicked by someone who, as soon as you get to extraction, they kick you for no other reason.
Helldivers,
it makes no sense.
take command of the
I'm
galaxy's
ranting
liberation.
because I've been kicked a number of times when we get to extraction, even though everything is shared, nothing is specific to that player. I just play the game normally, and then get kicked. And it's annoying because I put so much work into like being able to extract, especially on Helldive. Playing robots and bugs on Helldive is difficult because you get in bugs, you get swarmed by the Bile Titans. You can get up to 5 Bile Titans in one area, especially on Eradicate Tyranid Swarms, where you just get swarmed. It is very difficult. Unless everyone there knows what they're doing, you will die very easily. You'll lose up to 15 reinforcements on a max party. Max as in like 4 players. Because of like a few battle times. And mainly that's because even some of the highest levels don't know how to redeploy or reinforce. That's a Warhammer term.
Another perfect day to defend free.
But I'm just covering some stuff or difficulties I've had in the game where some people don't know how to reinforce. Where they will reinforce you in the middle of a swarm of like robots or bugs, and you'll just get spawn killed. If you have a teammate that needs to be reinforced, throw them either right next to you or behind you if there's no bugs behind you. Because it's so that way they can either call in their support weapons, or they can easily get behind cover if it's a bug. Or robot, These are just some of the issues I've had with players. It's not the developer's fault, of course. But it's just, this was mainly supposed to be focused on Space Marines, but it's also, I'm just telling you guys that there's some problems I've had with players that I've seen other people having online. Just try to, if people are having issues with you or trash talking you, it's either them issue, or it's you need to improve in some shape or form. Of course, some people just are unreasonable. I've had, but other than that, the games have been pretty fun. Never found anyone very toxic. Only times I've ever gone toxic is when somebody purposefully kills you, especially when you wear the Malevolon Creek cape, because people hate the term that they refer to people who wear the cape as creekers, because they would only defend the creek rather than helping the entire campaign against the bugs and robots. Honestly, it doesn't matter. We still got everything done. It just shows that even with a few, like, 1,000 people protecting the creek, it still allowed us to defend the rest of the, I guess, galaxy, even though there's very clearly more to this map.
The enemy is attempting to seize one of our planets. We must join the defense.
At this time, it's just me ranting, but personally, I think Illuminate is going to appear from down here, from how the automatons are showing up. I believe it would be really cool if they had, like, oh, they moved it. Did they? No. It just looks different to me. Oh, they expanded. That's what happened. They got the Andromeda sector. Oh, we're losing that major order. Anyway, I feel like a faction might either appear from here or down here, and then we might get like cyborgs from the first game to appear like around here to show that they're allied with the automatons, because of how the theories have been popping up where the automatons are just a sub-faction of the cyborgs, which if you play against the cyborgs, they are a very shooty faction, I believe, if I remember, like the automatons. I have not played Helldivers 1 since like almost half a year ago. Other than that, this is pretty much it. I just wanted to explain some of the grievances I've had with the game, as well as how to look and play
The
like
galactic
Space
war
Marine.
waits for no one. Are you
To
ready,
reiterate,
Helldiver?
it's as difficult as you want to make it. Capes, I'd say, the most difficult, but you can really go any way you want with it. I like using this cape simply because of its like more torn look to it. But that's also very nice where they artificially make your cape start flowing. It looks really good in game when you on like a sandstorm and your cape starts flowing. But yeah, if you don't have the game, just play it. You will have fun with it. It is a very fun, not as the dev said, they want to make sure that there's little to no toxicity. I'd say there is. It's just that there's very clearly a skill cap, or like a skill. What do you call a skill? A roof to the skill, or skill floor, what you call it. That there's a clear difference between people who know how to play the game and people who have experience with the game, if that's the best way to word it, where people know how to deploy their weapons, know where to like know where an enemy is going to go, or predict where they're going to go, and so they place their stratagem there to exactly pinpoint hit that enemy, like landing a 500 kg on a Bile Titan that's moving or sprinting to your current location. The flying bugs are very annoying because there's no
Helldivers,
counters, but
take
there's
command
some
of the
leaks
Galaxy
showing a
Federation.
rocket launcher that will perfectly counter them. Very excited for that. I'm very excited for more rocket launchers. They're very fun to use, especially when you use a recoilless rifle to one-shot a Bile Titan, which you almost never see anyone using, because everyone loves the Quasar because it uses no ammo. But I highly recommend using the recoilless, simply because of how fun it can be. Or the power that you can feel with it. That's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to show just wanted to explain to some people who don't know how to look and play like Space Marine, because people love to compare this game to Warhammer, which I can see the reasons why. I've seen a lot of people ask me as well how to get this armor. Sad to say, you can only pre-order it. I hope that they add some more colors to the basic armor, like they have like green, red, or yellow for like versions of this armor, of the tactical armor, not this armor specifically, because they would basically betray the people like me who pre-ordered the game, and they promised that this would be what you call permanently unobtainable, which is, I feel bad for the people who get this armor. I'd love to see more people look like Space Marines, because it's just really cool. It's just really cool to look at and feel like you're playing the Space Marine game from like 10 years ago, I believe, maybe 5. Came out in
Your
2013,
fellow
so
Helldivers rage against
almost
the
11.
enemy's tyranny.
I think it came out in 2013.
Killing them.
But yeah, it's just been me ranting for like a solid 5 minutes, but it's just me. That's pretty much it. I don't want to hold you guys on for too long. Just me covering a few things. Pretty much it. Have fun with the game. If you're playing it, get the game. It's worth that $40. I'd say it'd be worth $60. I probably would have been only the game. It'd probably be the only game I would have bought within the past like 5 years for $60. Like I said, I have not bought a game in 5 years that has cost $60. Almost every game I've bought were on sale. Because you almost never want to pay that $60 to $70 price tag. Oh, another thing. Star Wars Outlaws is trash. Don't buy the game. Don't play the game. It feels like it looks like Forspoken. And that's the reason why I will never buy the game. It costs $100 to get the season pass for a single player game, by the way. They have a season pass. They have a mission that's locked to that game. A single mission or a side mission called like Jabba's something that is locked to the $100 deluxe edition. I remember back when it would cost you $80 to $70 for the deluxe edition for a AAA game. Ubisoft has hit a new low, and now it's all the way up to $100. They're probably going to claim it's a triple or quadruple A game. That game, there's only one thing that you can very obviously see is gameplay for the game, and it looks garbage. The animations look choppy. Like, you can notice there's no fluidity to the
Helldiver. The Super Destroyer is ready for your next mission.
to the animations. It just looks like a robot rather than actual human. Like the game's trying to emulate. Do you want to make a human? Yes, it look like a human. Remember, it's 2024. You have games like Baldur's Gate 3. You even have Cyberpunk, which reworked it almost its entire games to make the game actual playable and actually fun. I plan on buying Baldur's Gate 3 and making a series on my channel about it. It's gonna be like 3 to 4 months before I buy it, simply because I don't have the type of funds at the moment, as I'm saving up for an army for Warhammer, particularly Black Dragons, which are a successor to Salamanders. This video is meant to serve as an update to my channel. I planned on making content related to Helldivers, but due to getting a new PC to run the game, I've been kind of slow to set that up. This PC has issues running games like Helldivers, has issues with running Warframe at max graphics, of course. But even on, I believe I'm on medium graphics right now, it still has issues because this game just looks really good, even on the lowest graphics. Still looks really good, but doesn't run the best. I'll cover some of the bugs I've had with the game, which is like, I've had clipping issue. Keep hitting my desk. I have clipping issues. I have issues where the game will kinda, with the Battle Titan's corpse, if you try to climb over the Battle Titan, because of how, I guess, buggy it is, the game has an aneurysm and starts teleporting you, or like applying digits of force to where, like in upwards, to where the game will launch you in some sort of direction very far away, and it can be very difficult because then you might activate the out of boundaries where Super Earth starts launching mortar rounds at you, or orbital bombardments you. So it's the only glitch I've had with the game, with the Battle Titan's corpse. Only glitch I've had. Which it is, even for a glitch like that, I've seen a lot of games have that same issue, and it's not a surprise. And so, especially for a game releasing it with how lazy video game development companies can be these days, I'd say it is not that bad as it could get. Other than the classic visual glitches like that, which that is a rendering issue, or even where the bodies disappear, like go invisible. Barely any glitches, which is very surprising for especially a live service game. I'm pretty sure everyone who wanted to look like Space Marine has already clicked off now, but I'll be ending the video right now.
Liberty's enemies march ever closer.
I just had a lot of fun with this game. And people who don't think it's satirical and think it's propaganda, it's meant to look and feel like propaganda with that hint of satirical, like, I guess, equity or like fun to it. Because final thing is, one of my favorite jokes is where if I can find it, the Bow Smasher, no, the Unblemished Allegiance, where a choir of school children sings for each cape, which is, it doesn't even sound like it would be real. You can very clearly tell they had fun with some of the jokes and capes. because most of the comedy comes with the capes and the propaganda that plays on screen, which it plays, I believe, every like 2 to 3 minutes from what I've seen. That's it. Just wanted to give my opinion, an update on what I'll be doing or trying to do. When I believe in a few months, when I buy some of the figurines for my Black Dragon's army, I will be trying to set up and upload videos of myself painting them. You might be able to see my disability on full action with my hands shaking and all that. But other than that, it's been good. PC's been good. For people curious, my PC has a 460 Ti, one of those common 4000 series, because 490 is like, so expensive, man.
They escaped the
Propaganda.
falls.
Anyway,
They murdered good citizens of Super.
it has a.
Now,
It is mainly focused on the graphics.
only thing that
It
can
doesn't
stop them
is a very beefy,
a strong economy.
I guess, graphics card.
Don't let your
I
family
don't
get
touch
murdered.
PCs
Spend
often
your
enough.
extra
I'm not the
cash today.
PC diddler, so I don't touch PCs often enough to know that much about them. I only know the bare essentials, like you need a processor, but the way processor is like medium to high end. It's not that good, but it's not the best. It's not the worst in the world. It's why you have issues here where computer might slow down, or you might get some screen tearing. But other than that, go buy the Horizon 2 Pro from StoreForge, the Penguin Z0's sponsored PC company, I guess. It's very good PC. That's the one I bought. You want more information? Go buy that one. Very good. You can go check its specs, because I can't tell you everything because I just don't remember everything at the moment. As you can probably tell, this video is entirely one take. I almost never use a video screen recorder because I don't want to make everything too complicated, as this is not going to be a job for me. I do agriculture. I don't have time to upload YouTube videos. I touch grass for a living. Go touch grass if you haven't. It's been real. That's it.